everyone, to Employee Stock Ownership Plan, ESOP. Is it a good fit for your company? This is part of the Eide Bailey Business Transition Series. As most of you are aware, business succession planning has been a hot topic as of late and will continue to be a hot topic. And we're happy to present employee stock ownership, ESOPs, as one of those potential transition plans. We're going to go over a lot of information today. Our goal is just to have you as an audience consider some of the things we say. We realize that ESOPs aren't a perfect fit for everyone. Hopefully, some of you are already existing ESOPs, and we can address some of those questions that you might have as well. But as long as it kind of starts the conversation on what employee ownership is, we're happy to discuss that. I'll just introduce myself, Kirk Linneman, National ESOP Leader and Audit Partner with Eide Bailey. What that encompasses is I lead our group nationwide on transactions, the sell-side advisory piece, the compliance piece, audit and tax, and then employee benefit plans. So a wide variety of services that relate to employee ownership and ESOPs, and happy to be a presenter here. More importantly, I'm here with one of my favorite attorneys, Bart McAloney.
Bart McAloney with Atlas Legal Services, ESOP attorney. Been in the ESOP space 17 years now. We represent companies that are going ESOP. We also represent trustees on the buy side of the process. We'll talk a little bit about the process in the presentation. So we do represent both sides in the ESOP transaction, so we feel we have a pretty good feel for the process. We're based out of Fargo, North Dakota. We have approximately 50 ESOP clients that we work with on an ongoing basis from a maintenance point of view. But very happy to be here and talk a little bit about what ESOPs are and how they can potentially fit into ownership transition. Maybe the best starting point here is, when we talk about an ESOP, what are we talking about? What is an ESOP? The acronym that's out there is an employee stock ownership plan. And I think it's important. We sometimes get this confused with employee stock option plans. This is something completely different than that. ESOPs, what we're talking about, ESOPs are a qualified retirement plan. As such, there's a couple different, call it highlights as a retirement plan that an ESOP has. Number one, it provides for contributions by the company to an ESOP are tax deductible. That's a feature of pretty much most qualified retirement plans. And then it also provides tax deferred growth for the participants that are part of the ESOP. So a participant's ESOP account is not taxed. We'll talk a little bit about how that works down the road here in the presentation. But by and large, it's tax deferred growth for the accounts that the employees have within the ESOP. I think one other feature that's important to note when we're talking about ESOPs that sometimes as maybe a misconception, the way most ESOPs are structured, it does not involve employees actually contributing any, call it wages or deferrals, actually putting their own money in to purchase stock with an ESOP. There is a structure that allows for that, but that isn't what I would call a typical ESOP and the way we approach most transactions. The way we approach transactions is that the company is solely funding the benefit of the ESOP to the employee. So there is no, call it employee requirement to kick in terms of the plan.
Yeah. So where are these ESOPs that everybody talks about? This is a slide that's maybe a little outdated, but it gives a good perspective of where these employee-owned companies are located within the United States. And as you can see, they're all over the place. They're becoming more and more popular, and we'll get into some of the reasons why a little bit later. But a lot of there's a lot of political tailwinds, as well as states becoming involved in we'll call it broad-based ownership and employee retirement. So we're seeing a lot of activity, and you could probably increase these numbers as this is an NCEO slide from a few years ago. But wanted to kind of leave you with, maybe you're looking at your state or where these are maybe more popular than others. And here's a pretty good indication of where ESOPs exist.